Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are in Celtic, we're doing our bonding events of the day before we head over back to the Courageous and moving on with the story, because right now we are locked into Celtic. I wish I could also explore myself, Lunaria Park and all the surrounding areas, talking to more people, maybe getting more quests, but for now we're on our bonding events and we have 3 left to do.
Right.
The ones we have left that we haven't seen yet, that the ones that I've picked, is Laura, Fee and Alyssa. You can probably guess which one I'm gonna leave for last, because you always save the best for last. So let's get over, let's do Laura first. It's been quite some time since we were last here, but no matter how long I'm away, I don't think I'll ever be able to divorce this place from my memories of our field study. You can say that again. Man, we had no idea what we were in for back then, did we? We've really grown a lot. That we have. And we owe our transformation to the experience we've shared and the people who have supported us along the way. We should be careful not to forget the depth of gratitude we owe each and every one. Should I stay here and rest with Laura for a while? Yes. Can I join you for a while, Laura? By all means. Perhaps you'd like to order something as well. Yes, give me a root beer. I guess I'll have some tea too. Excuse me? Oh, hey there. What will you be having? Oh? I wasn't aware that you were taking orders as well. Actually, our waitress seems to have disappeared. Oh, I sent her out to run some errands. We're still kinda packed though, so I'm on the floor for now. Really? Oh, that must be exhausting. Well, you get used to it after a while. Anyway, what can I do for you? Rean, shall we? You read my mind. We have a proposal for you. Would you be willing to let us assist you until Lewis returns? Oh, you sure? I hate to make you work when you should be relaxing instead. Like you said, it does look like you're kinda swamped at the moment. This is a good opportunity for us to pay you back for the hospitality during our field study too. If anything, I'm the one who owes you for your help. But if you're willing to give it a shot, who am I to say no? Come round the back, I'll show you how to handle some of the more basic tasks. After their crash course in food service, Rean and Laura began helping out at the inn. Rean was on duty at the counter while Laura served, as Louise stand-in until she returned. Well, color me surprised. Good going, guys. This will be a nice way to repay Margot. And on the nose, beer me up, champ. Mind doing me a favor and not getting plastered while I'm on duty? I need a coffee and a carbonara for table 3. Coming right up. Oh, that's cute. Does suit her, I have to say. Well, aren't you looking adorable? I must admit, this attire makes me feel rather self-conscious. I don't think I've ever seen you wear an apron before. You look cute though, it suits you. Oh please, there's no need for that. More importantly, we should probably get back to work. We did volunteer, didn't we? Got it. At some point while the two were working, a group of girls came rushing to the store to cheer Laura on after catching wind of her waitressing exploits. And while this made her feel much more self-conscious, she still kept working diligently, a rosy tinge coloring her cheeks. Soon after, Louise had returned from her errands. That was actually kind of fun, despite how hectic it was. It was nice of her to give us a dessert and tea afterwards too. Indeed, it was a rewarding experience. Walking around in here brought back memories of our field study too. Like our minor dispute here, do you remember? Yeah, I do. You asked, do you like the path of the sword? I still think back to that question sometimes. I have also caught myself asking such things to myself since then. The path that our blades will lead us down is uncertain, but we should both endeavor to improve ourselves regardless. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, because we need to get stronger. Because we got masses and masses of enemy we need to defeat. And with Laura's strength, we're gonna get there. Being a waitress was quite the experience. It stirred up a lot of memories for me too. We may have grown significantly since our field study, but ample room remains to continue doing so. Yeah, we still got 2 games left after this, so yeah, there better be much room for improvement. I can't even imagine the things they'll do by Cold Steel 4. Seems like you played a big role over at the Twin Dragon Bridge too, Sarah. You've made me all proud. I guess the best thing to reward you is with a drink, right? Now we're talking. Bring on the booze. Try not to drink yourself into oblivion. Yeah, I was just trying to see if Margot had a different text because of us helping around the place. Guess not. Wasn't that eventful? Alright, let's look at napping Fee. Fee? I should have guessed she'd be asleep. It's a whole place for a nap, Fee. Now that I think about it, this was where those Jaegers showed up last time. Maybe the worry that they might show up again tired her out? I hope she doesn't catch a cold sleeping here. Yeah, maybe we can carry her off to bed. At least in a place where she's more warm. I don't want to leave her here, but I don't want to wake her up either. Maybe I can carry her to a bed without waking her up. I think if you did that to Fee, she would probably let you, but she would definitely notice. Up we go. I'm surprised how light she is. I hope she's eating well enough. We might be in the middle of a war, but someone her age still needs to eat and sleep well. She's still growing. Not that she's ever had an issue with sleep. She's actually built pretty well for how young she is. It's like her muscles developed specifically for the purpose of being useful on the battlefield. Just holding her like this tells me a lot about the life she's led until now. Rean? Oh, sorry. Did I wake you up? It's fine. What are you doing, though? You were napping in the hallway, so I figured it best to let you sleep on an actual bed. So you're taking me to bed, then? Let's not say things that could wind up labeling me as a criminal. What's up? Nothing much. I had a dream about what happened 10 years ago. Back when the boss first took me into Zephyr. Ah, I see. It might have been 'cause you were carrying me. I wish I could see him again. I know, Fee. And there she goes. Looks like she was only half awake. Has she started seeing Zephyr's leader in me, though? It's true that we essentially become Fee's new family at this point, but even then, we can't replace Zephyr for you, you know? Well, I guess there's no need to bring it up. She'll probably have forgotten all about this when she's awake. Yeah, but the fact she can sleep in Rean's arms does show you how much she trusts him. Or just how tired she is. There we go. I'll come wake her up when it's time for us to meet up. Your bond with Fee strengthened. She's out like a light. I'll have to wake her up before we head off. Yeah, can you imagine that at the end we'll get a scene that we're flying away with the Courageous and suddenly you see Fee running after it like, wait for me, I was still sleeping. That would be funny. but a little bit atypical of V. Alright, we got one more bonding event left to do. Our darling Alyssa. Hard to forget to get a little nostalgic back here, isn't it? I'm thinking back on all those requests we did and the whole mess with the Grand Market last time we were here. I bet none of us ever thought things would get this crazy back then. Oh well, no sense taking a stroll down memory lane when I could actually walk around and look at things here. Should I ask her if she wants some company? Hell yeah. Mind if I looked around with you? Go right ahead. Where should we start? Rean and Alyssa decided that they'd go back to see the parts of town that had the biggest impact on them. It's kind of surreal thinking about how this is where it all started. Getting dragged out here and handed a bunch of requests from the townsfolk sure was something. Well, it certainly was an interesting experience, especially with Instructor Sarah's refusal to help us at all. Though it makes all sense now that we know she's a former racer. And thanks to all those field studies, we've learned how to think and operate independently. Yeah, normal students wouldn't have gotten the same opportunity to learn things that way. The fact that we've overcome so much since then just goes to show what an effective method it was, right? Effective is right, and we can keep applying what she taught us even now. Celtic's Grand Market sure brings back memories too. This is where things really kicked off for us. Definitely. First there was this dispute between those merchants, and then we got caught up in that case with those bandits. I don't think I ever questioned so many people in my life. It was tough, but our teamwork helped us pull through in the end. If we had been short by even one person, I doubt things would have gone as well as they did. Especially if you ain't been here. You played a huge part in the whole thing. Way to inflate a guy's ego. All that left now is the highway. Granted, we can't really go too far out. How about we take a ride on your bike? I want to see what's going on over near Trista too. Might as well. I'll head back to the Courageous then. We've even got the sidecar, so I'll grab that while I'm there. Oh, you don't need to go through all that hassle. I'll just ride on the back to keep things simple. Sure, we can do that. She just wants to hold on to Rean as tightly as he can. A beautiful outing for the two of them. The road to Heimdallr still seems really well protected. Perhaps more so now. Now that they've lost the Twin Dragon Bridge, this area is probably more vital to the Alliance than ever. Yeah, still doesn't look like we're getting back to Trista anytime soon. Don't worry, our day will come. It might not have been our intention, but we played a part in liberating Celtic. And we'll try and liberate Trista and the Academy the same way. I guess. That's right, we've got to think positive. We need to keep moving forward and believe that our path will take us there eventually. They returned to Celtic, taking extra care not to be noticed by the Noble Alliance forces along the way. Your bond with Alyssa strengthened. Yes, our first to level 5 and it just keeps on going to level 6. Rush 2. I think I'm more ready than ever to take back Thors now. We can do this, Rean, no matter what it takes. In the end, we'll get our homes back. I know we will. Oh, that is one thing that's absolutely guaranteed. We're gonna get it back. That's the least we can do. Alright, that means all the bonding events are done. We talked to everyone in town. We checked out the stores and I'm pretty sure with Courageous we can get back here later as well. And like I said before, once we get to a new open area where we can fight, I definitely need to grind some Sepith and cash, just to be able to buy certain accessories, just to have them in our list. Because who knows, maybe there are set even if it doesn't say it is. Because, let's be honest, in the end, we want to have as much as we can, so we can do side quests potentially in the future. Because in Cold Steel 1, we had that we had to have sets of accessories, and we got a Sumerian ore piece from that. Something might happen in this one as well. That's why I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. But having said that, I think it's time for us to move on along. So let's head over to Courageous and see where we go next. I'm saying Roar and possibly hunting down Alyssa's mother. We could also go after Machias' father, but I have no idea where he would be. There's still some time before we have to leave. Should I head back to the Courageous now? Returning to the Courageous will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available. Let's go.
Leaving so soon?
Yeah, reveal yourself. Confirm or deny my theory.
I see you remember me after all. That's quite the honor, Rean Schwarzer.
Just who in the world are you? I'm aware how you've been supporting both us and Major Nighthawk from the shadows, but you're a little too suspicious for your own good. Why do you know my name? What exactly are you trying to accomplish?
There's no need to be hasty, but the time has finally come for me to reveal my true identity to you.
He's making it sound so much like he's a big bad villain. And if I'm right in this, Thomas, it would be so anticlimactic, and I love that, if that's the case.
Ta-da! 'Tis I, Thomas, your favorite instructor!
Well, you're certainly up there.
What?
Instructor Thomas Lazander.
It's certainly been a while since you've enjoyed the bliss of one of my enthralling lessons, hasn't? I trust you've been doing well.
Why are you of all people here? Wait, no, the better question is, why were you in disguise in the first place?
Role-playing. That's basically it.
An excellent question. And, fortunately, one with a simple answer as well. You see, I simply wanted to avoid any trouble that might arise if anyone were to place me as one of Thor's instructors. I must be a master of disguise, because it worked so well that no one ever suspected me.
Yeah, but you acted way differently than you normally would, especially with that voice. Because, let's be honest, in the beginning, even I was questioning myself whether or not it was Thomas. In the end, I just went for it.
I think I need a minute to process all of this. So you're the one who helped us back at the Twin Dragons Bridge?
Indeed, 'twas I. My goal was to aid you as covertly as I could manage. But there's no need to lurk in the shadows any longer. I pledge my support, my life, my love. From now on, you can sleep easier at night knowing I'll be right there.
And now Rean says, thank you for the offer, but I only want students on the Courageous, not teachers or instructors. Sarah excluded from that rule, of course.
Isn't this all a bit sudden? Though, I suppose it will be helpful to have another instructor on board.
But glad I was right on this one at least. After gladly welcoming their new allies on board, Rean and the rest of Class 7 took flight once again to assess the situation in Erebonia.
Upper rank you go! Here's a bonus from the Academy.
Ooh, water full with stats, I definitely need to equip that. Maybe on Elliot?
Well done!
Give me an S, give me an S.
I'm so proud of you,
Yes,
Rean.
thank you. Touring Erebonia 2. Oh my, this ship is simply spectacular. There's something to captivate the eye at every turn. I've been dying to board the Courageous for quite some time, so being here now is a dream come true. Oh right. And all my dreams were dashed to the second I learned that the suspicious band turned out to be Instructor Thomas. I know how you feel. So much for a super cool action hero. I don't know. He's always come across as an airhead to me, but maybe there's more to him than I thought. Instructor, what exactly made you leave Trista? Actually, it was Principal Van Dyke. He wanted me to look out for all the students who has fled the academy. Make sure they're all right. Covertly lend them a hand if they were in a pickle. That sort of thing. Really? You know, I was through the principal that George and I were able to reunite with everyone too. The more time goes, the more people we realize have been looking out for us. Tell me about it. We have so much to be thankful for. Make sure you never forget that. Regardless, we now have taken care of things at the Twin Dragon Bridge. I propose we resume traveling around and gather information. Works for me. And thanks to our operation being a complete success, we should be able to land at Keldic and the bridge too. So like Juice said, let's get back to gathering information and helping out those in need. You got any more requests for us to knock out? Yep, Prince Oliver had sent along some more. Feel free to take a look at those. Alright, creeping for creeps. The outdoor bath area has been host to a variety of strange things lately. While this isn't an urgent request, I would really appreciate if you could come help investigate why. For further details, please speak to me at the front desk at the Phoenix Wings. Backings. Just getting wormed up. Terrible news, Rean. A malevolent worm has swallowed Towel. Say what? What will the Courageous do without this darling marshmallow mascot? Okay, that was a fabrication, but just think, what if she had been swallowed? You'd sure do your best to kill that monster, no? An abyss worm and Gorelia Byrode, okay? I'll make a mech out of you. Sworcer, I'd like to put your Divine Knight skills to the test. If the opportunity presents itself, meet me in the main corridor of the Twin Dragon Bridge. Neidhart. Whoa, we've got all kinds of different ones this time. I certainly wasn't expecting to see one from Major Neidhart, especially one involving Valimar. Well, I wonder what he wants. Well, I'm sure he'll elaborate once we're there. If we can take care of that and the extermination request, we should be okay. Well, these all look kind of fun. Can I come this time? Can I? You do know this isn't a game, right? Well, it's not like she can't hold her own in a fight, so why not? Anyway, let's get started. It is temporarily not possible to remove Milliam from the party. No worries, she had to come at some point anyway, and she is one of our lower characters, level-wise. Of course, we want to bring Laura with us, with the side of Alyssa. Damn, the rest are so far ahead again. Alright, so who would be our next two we want to have in line? I don't know. Let's see. Because Alyssa does have the healing capacity to keep us afloat during a fight, so that's good. Let's make it a female all party. You can now stop by Becky's trade shop on the 3rd floor of the Courageous. At this shop, some goods can be exchanged for more rare or valuable ones instead. Items that have been missed in previous chapters of the store are occasionally available to buy as curios too, so be certain to check back frequently. At Becky's trade shop, you can purchase curios. Nice. Definitely needed one on the ship so we don't have to travel to Ymir every time. And who knows, maybe she got different things, even more rare things for us to use. But yeah, since we are a little bit further ahead in the story, we've got a chance to talk to everyone on the ship once again. Let's see, student information. Our next 4. Being looked after by the Imperial Army at the Guerrilla Proving Ground. Yeah, we've already seen him. Sighted along East Celtic Highway. Alright. Formed a resistance group with other second years. Sighted along East Trista Highway. Formed a resistance group with other second years. Sighted along North Cruzen Highway. Okay, so those are the 4 we definitely want. Yeah, we got now plenty of things to do, that's for sure. And let's see. Tour the region, working through requests. Okay, so there's no specific goal until we finish those requests. And just like before, we're gonna do the mandatory request last and the areas they're in too. So Ymir we can do straight away, cause the one quest with Baggins there is an optional one, so we want to do it anyway, and it has to be done before the mandatory, so it doesn't matter when we're gonna do that. But other than that, all regions are accessible, and we're gonna go to them to talk to everyone and see if we can find anything, just like we always do. Rescuing Fiona is its own reward, but I also feel as though it helped me give a much needed confidence boost. We made a real contribution to the war this time. I feel like we've actually had an impact on the fate of the nation. Next time I start losing my nerve, I just think back on this and how strong we really are. I'm hearing that the 4th Armored Division has moved their base of operations to the Twin Dragon Bridge. They've taken Fiona into their care too, so it seems like things have finally settled down for now. I have to admit though, if I ever start losing confidence in myself, I just think back on what we did here. It's a good way to look at things, cause getting Twin Dragon Bridge, that is clearly an involvement in the war, and a very important one at that. Now that the 4th Armored Division has a new base at Twin Dragon Bridge, it should be easier to coordinate with them. I know we're trying to intervene as little as possible in the war, but it can't hurt to know they've got your back. Definitely. We'll be able to stop by and visit Celtic and the Twin Dragon Bridge whenever we want to now. Just remember, you can never be too cautious, especially somewhere that's been recently liberated. Yeah, there might still be residual forces around. We'll be able to stop by and visit Celtic and the Twin Dragon Bridge whenever we want to now. Just remember, you can never be too cautious, especially when there's been recently liberated. Now that the 4th Armored Division has a new base at Twin Dragon Bridge, it should be easier to coordinate with them. Yes, yes, yes. You've really gotten the hang of this observing thing. I know, right? I don't know what it is, some stuff just comes naturally to me, like pulling pranks. And pulling pranks. Give me a few more days and I have to scoop and all kind of naughty escapades happening on the surface. The Courageous wasn't designed to help you peep, you know? Well, 2 birds with 1 stone? Just you wait, Rean. A few more days on the job and I'll have details on every naughty secret and going on happening down below. We were given this ship to help people, Vivi, not invade their privacy. Vivi's actually a pretty good choice for an observer. She's still clearly pretending to be so cheerful. Better than sulking around everywhere. Maybe. Vivi's actually a pretty good choice for an observer. And I do agree with that. It's just a little bit not suspicious, not the way, but worrying that she's using it to spy on people. Alright, 4th floor. Damn, it's quiet on the 4th floor today. Maybe we should try a challenge soon. Because we haven't done any in a while, so maybe at the starting of the next episode we'll do that. Since this war broke out, I haven't had any time to practice anything on my own. My archery is still sharp for obvious reason, but my lacrosse skills have gone down the drain. I can't wait to get back to the academy and start playing again. Our club was great for that. We'd all compete with and encourage each other to get better instead of focusing on ourselves. That's why I want to take Thor's back as soon as possible. I want my life to be like that again. Now you're talking, Alyssa. But if you want to do that, you're gonna need a whole lot more practice. So you better keep it up. Right. Once we take back Thor's, we can finally reunite the lacrosse club. But to do that, I'm going to have to put the archery skills Sharon and my grandfather taught me to work. I've barely had a chance to do any lacrosse practice since the war started. It's hard to practice lacrosse without any folks to practice with though. Man, I miss Teresa and Ferris. Oh, I feel so out of practice though. Now I just want to swing my stick around. Alright, so we got ranged combat level 2. But I do want to prepare things before then. Let's check up on all the cords, see if we can have new ones, maybe upgrade them and things like that. And rearrange our master cords a little bit so that the lower levels of the members we have in our party right now can contribute to raising certain cords to the next level. That would be great if we can do that. And one of the things that I do want to level, because I want to see if what the next level is, and that is for my all-time favorite one, Megalith. I want to see what the next level is, if it is what I think it is. And there's only one way to find out, and that's just to level it up. Other than that, it's mainly the master quartz everybody itself is using. And like I said in the comments already, it's like the most important ones will level up to the maximum anyway. When we get towards the end of the game, it's more likely that we're gonna get there with the experience we'll be getting. But yeah, as soon as we can pick a right one for everyone and at least get those to level 5, the rest is just extra. Definitely. So I do have the inkling to maybe change one person's master quartz to Megalith, but I'm still debating that with me. Because this one doesn't add much. It does lower her strength a little bit. So this HP and EP. Well, we can give her the Megalith until she's more at the current level, and then we can see which one we want to give her permanently. Because there's still plenty of choice to do so, right? Yeah, this is also not a bad one as well. Just giving extra CP. Oh well. Still plenty of things to contemplate about. How I want to have them arranged. I'm relieved we were able to put an end to my father's foolishness. However, I'm also relieved that there were many in the provincial army who felt the pangs of guilt at having to obey his orders. Well, the provincial armies are all about pride and elegance, or at least that's what they like to think they're about. No matter how they dress it up, taking hostages demonstrates neither of those things, and I think they realize that. It's difficult to see my father was so foolhardy as to not. He seems to be growing impatient, and that impatience is only growing more pronounced by the day. I can't help but wonder what my brother thinks of his behavior. Well, there's no point in getting too worked up over it. If he does something stupid again, we'll just have to mess it up for him like we did this time. Well, she is right about that. If someone's planning something that we need to step in to stop, that's exactly what we'll do. That's what we have the courageous for, right? That strikes me as an overly optimistic overlook, but I see your point. Regardless, as much as I'd like to think he'll calm down, I doubt we'll be that fortunate. We'll need to remain vigilant. I do agree with both of them. You should just need to relax. Besides, I'll keep everyone safe if it comes to it. Piece of cake. Father grows more impatient by the day. While I hope it doesn't have anything foolish, I have a growing sense of dread that he will. I can almost guarantee you he will do something to mess things up. Nothing in the storage, nothing in bed. I wasn't expecting to find you here, Your Highness. Celine and I were just having a nice little chat, you know? Girl talk. I mean, we've grown ever so close since we first met, and it's always nice to spend time relaxing with your friends. I'll thank you not to put words in my mouth. We've only even known each other for about half a month. But there's plenty of time to develop a deep and abiding affection that will stand the test of time. Besides, we've been fortunate enough to end up on this airship together, so why not take the chance to get a little closer? I think we're destined to be wonderful friends from the moment we watched Rean spec together in Ymir. I did no such thing. And wow, she even got Celine on the ropes. Princess Elvin's a real natural at this. Celine's actually a big softie, you know? For instance, she made it a point to come along and help calm my nerves right before we took to Twin Dragon Bridge. Oh, you know, no need to spill every little detail to Rean. Oh, she knows just how to throw me off. Between her and her brother, I'm inclined to believe the Imperial family's bloodline is nothing but weirdos. They're probably the exception rather than the rule. At least, I hope so? Well, I certainly hope they are all weirdos. Because weirdos are cool. In-game and sometimes in real life. It sounds like things in the West are just getting worse and worse. As far as I know, my hometown hasn't been affected, but who knows how long it's going to stay that way. I can't let what ifs gets me down. Though the harder if I work here, the sooner the war might be over. With how things are going in the West, I awfully can't completely push my worries about my family from my mind. But I can't let my worries get me down. I'll do my family proud here on board. That's the right attitude, and yes, this is what I feared. Well, feared is a big word, but you know what I mean. Yeah, new weapons and equipment for a new chapter in this act. Alright. So it does mean that we do need to find an area where we can properly fight and grind some stuff. And for now, we need to figure out which setup of team we want to use and give at least those people better weapons and equipment. Rean, definitely an easy first pick, of course, because he needs to be there. He's the main part of the... I have to have him on the front lines. And for the rest, we'll have to see. No more exchange. Huh? Was not too sure what to expect when setting up shop here, but it's actually not bad. Might even be better than the stalls at the Grand Market. I'm pretty sure these facilities are the state of the art by any standard, so you must really like those stalls. So, what you're planning on selling here anyway? Ah, I got a bunch of rare stuff I grabbed from the Grand Market. I need to learn a thing or two about dealing in the market though, so we'll be exchanging items instead of using Mira. Taking a page out of Mick's book, I see. I don't mind having a second pawn shop outside of Trista. Well, given that you've taken the time to set all this up, it'll be downright wrong of me not to use it, right? Ah, couldn't I think of a better chance to improve my skills as a merchant than this? Just you wait, Hugo. Your jaws will be on the floor next time we meet. I do hope so. And no items missed, apparently, so I'm happy with that. Right, let's have a quick look. Ooh. Pie coloring encourage pictures of Fee. This is really nice. Does take up a lot of view material though. Does look like we have some improvements on standard accessories. Yeah, it just takes so much to get to Passionate Rouge. Might just eventually just outright buy them at the store. These look still the same. And these as well. Yeah, plenty of nice things to go through, definitely. Let's go to the rear deck. I can't hardly believe that we were able to rescue Fiona. With the Imperial Army in the state it is in, there's no guarantee of her safety, but her chances seems way better now. Hopefully with my words of my mind, I can be even more helpful to all of you. That's always good to hear. Glad to have you back in high spirits, Elliot. While it's a relief we've got Fiona back, there are plenty of others still missing, at least for one. You fought to help me get my sister back, the least I can do is repay the favor. Oh, I know you will, Elliot. Even if we didn't manage to rescue Fiona, but we did. Alright, you know what? I will leave the episode here. Next time we're going to do the remaining floors of the Courageous and pick a destination. But the first thing that pops in my mind is Emir, so I'm rather sure we're going to go there first. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we make our way to Emir and see what kind of creeps are hanging around the bathhouse. Definitely, because it isn't me. See you then. Bye-bye.
Right.